welcome to Hattie's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader and I hope you are doing well, my beloved. If this is your first time here, I hope you consider subscribing. If you are returning, I love having you here, Scorpio. Now, this is your reading for January, February, March for your cash, career, and calling. Now, as I'm looking over your spread that I've already put out, I'm seeing in regards to our cash, did we have a little bit of disruption? Did it not work out as well as we thought? Fret not, because I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to go your own direction. In regards to career, I feel like that perhaps on our career front, there was some dishonesty. There was some idea stealing. And it's all a matter of rebuilding trust there, Scorpio. In regards to what your calling is, really your calling is going to be all about creating that trust and building a new solid foundation. So now let's go to the center of your reading. And I have that of the Seven of Swords. So remember how we talked about that there was some dishonesty here. So with this being in the center of your reading, I feel like that perhaps you shared your ideas with some folks that would be beneficial to your business, your career, even your money or your investments, and somehow they took your ideas and they tried to run with them. So the great thing is perhaps they have a couple of your ideas and they're trying to make them grow, but you were able to get away with majority of your ideas and what you were going to do. So that's the good news. Now, when I expanded on that, I got that of the Jack of Hearts from my Illumination deck. So this is all about conscious thinking and our thought process. So this is something you've been thinking about, but really on a more strategic sort of way. Emotionally, it affected us. Emotionally, you didn't think, because I feel like some of you perhaps had some family members or really close friends, or at least people whom you thought were on the same page as you, who really supported you. So I feel like that you were a little heartbroken, that you were a little, it doesn't feel more like heartbreaking, it just feels more like disappointment, that you were a little bit disappointed. And I like that you kind of caught it before they got away with everything. And I feel like that you are going to start thinking about a different way on how you can do things going forward. So I do like this energy for you because we're learning from this. Now, let's move on to your cash. And what we get in your cash, Scorpio, is that of the Tower energy. Don't click out. The Five of Swords, along with the Two of Wands, Scorpio. So I expanded on that Tower energy for obvious reasons. We are talking about your money. And I got that of the Jack of Spades. So what's interesting about this is there's two folds here. And towers aren't always bad. If you ever listen to my general readings, and I encourage you to listen to your general reading for January, you might get some nuggets there. I enjoy the Tower because the Tower sets things straight. It allows us to create a stronger foundation. And not only that, Tower can also mean an explosion of a new opportunity that happens swiftly. So I feel like in regards to your cash, one of two things are happening because the Jack of Spades showed up here. Either we lost some money through an investment or through us investing in someone else or someone investing in us to where the money just didn't happen the way we expected. But I feel like even with our cash that perhaps we had to pay for some something that happened around the house, right? Perhaps your water heater went out, or perhaps, you had to replace the engine. I feel like that in regards to our cash that we had to dish out a bunch of money for something that we just didn't expect. Now, because the Jack of Spades is present, it represents that energy, but it also represents the energy of opportunity as well. So some of us, in regards to our cash, we have exploded into a new opportunity, almost to the fact to where we don't have enough money or funds to keep up with the demand of what we're selling or what we offer, or the current, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're producing, if you're manufacturing, your current equipment can't keep up with demand. So I also see that as well. But the great thing I see about that there is opportunity there. Some of you, I'm seeing that there's an absolute explosion in your business, okay? Now with this Five of Swords, in regards to your cash, I feel like that perhaps that we were hoping that we were going to get money from investors, or perhaps, you know, those people who said, oh my gosh, yes, I believe in you and I believe in your dreams, and you know what, I'm going to invest in you, or I'm going to buy this equipment for you, or I have this big order, you know, to support you, and it fell through. So I felt like that for whatever reasons. I don't feel like it was intentional, Scorpio. I do feel like that other things that happened within their organization, within their lives, they just could not contribute financially to your part of the business that way. But with this Two of Wands, right, this is all about us knowing the facts and having them and making a decision to go a different direction. So this is the encouragement here. If you were wondering, like, should I wait on them to say, oh my gosh, you know what, I couldn't do it this month, next month. It's like, okay, you said that 2 months ago and you've been saying that for the past 3 months. You know, do I continue to wait for them? And this is that energy of, no, figure out a different way. You have all the facts. Like, how many more times does it need to happen before you are like, oh, okay, they're not going to do it, right? And then if they do, great, then that's more gravy. But at the end of the day, and this is what I tell my kids too, because she's standing there alone. She's not standing there with 2 other people. At the end of the day, the most important person is you, Scorpio. Now, let's go on to your career sector. And I have that of the Judgment, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords for you, Scorpio. Now, this is in the career sector. So I am seeing that we had some sort of epiphany. And I feel like that whatever happened with your cash was affected by your career, right? So I have the Judgment along with the 4 of Clubs that I expanded with. So again, this is that energy of, oh, because this is such a very bittersweet sort of energy. I want to be able to show you that. It's that bittersweet energy of coming to a realization of someone's true character, of their truth, right? Because sometimes a person's truth isn't something we believe because we are attached to a past experience that was great, that was wonderful, that was pleasant. And we think that somehow that's who they are, when really that was just a glimpse. It was just a snapshot that we saw. So I feel like that we had an epiphany in regards to our career, to where we have to, Scorpio, we have to create stability and harmony and rebuild, because we had so much faith in an individual or a company or an investor, right? I feel like that's all. I feel like it's all of the above for you, Scorpio, for some reason. So I feel like that in regards to our career and our business, it is up to you to create that stability. And this 8 of Pentacles is kind of that double down. Like, let's really get that focus on our business, on our money. And this represents career. This represents focusing on where we want our business to be. This is about making notes and planning your future. I feel like the energy I'm picking up on, for those of you who have your own business, plan out the next 8 months, really, month by month, blow by blow. And some of you, it's not the next 8 months. Some of you, it's going to be the next 8 weeks, right? This is a quarterly reading, by the way. I feel like that some of you are going to start seeing, if somehow your finances kind of took a little dip, I feel like that sometime in August, June, July, you're going to start seeing it level out a bit more, and then it will slowly start to increase. But this is going to be a quarter for you to rebuild and refocus. Now, when I picked up on this 10 of Swords, right? And this is all about, I mean, look at her. She has her phone. This is where we keep our ideas now, right? Those are little computers. So I feel like that with these ideas that were taken from you, or to where you kind of had to start over, you kind of had to pivot, you kind of had to rethink what you were doing at work, what you were doing with your career, and what you're doing with your business. You have the Ace of Clubs. So this is a new energized opportunity, because this represents that of the Wands. So it's like we have an Ace of Wands. So it's okay that didn't work out. It's a 10. It's ding dong dead anyway. It's done. And this is so wonderful that this is the follow-up. That spirit telling us you are going to have a new new start, a new opportunity, new energized ideas and passion, right? I feel like that's the bittersweet part of all of this. Even though that happened, this reignited a different part of you in your career sector. Now, for those of you in regards to calling, I got that of the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. So this came up twice for us. And this flanks your center energy of that Jack of Hearts and that 7 of Swords. So some of us are not necessarily being called to something different. You're being called to forgive, create stability, and to build and to rebuild from this, so that your next year, so this time next year, you can see a bloom in all areas. So I don't see us necessarily transitioning into like this calling of something different. You know, I feel like that wherever you are, create some stability. So whatever that means to you, some of you is create stability in your cash. Some of you is create stability in your career and business. And some of you, the stability is here and here before we can move on to our calling. Let's heal before we move on to our calling. All right, so I hope that resonated with you. I thought it was absolutely delicious. Listen, I'll see you next month. It would not hurt to also look at 2020's career calling and cash reading. I called it a little bit something else, but check it out. I think you'll get some nuggets there. Listen, I absolutely adore you, Scorpio.